Hello everyone, my name is Gabrielle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to come on and make a video about the 6 things I'm changing in my fitness routine for 2026. So as a little bit of backstory in case you are new here, I really dedicated my whole 2025 to being more active, being more consistent with my fitness. And so with that, I did 75 hard pretty much the whole year. If you haven't seen my videos on my 75 hard journey, please check them out. And so with the 75 hard, part of that is doing 2 workouts a day, 7 days a week. And so now that it's 2026 and I've been active, I've been going to the gym, I've been working out at home, I have some things that I would like to change just to see how it goes. I guess you are your own guinea pig. So there are a few things that I'm going to change, and so I will go ahead and share them with you now. And if I'm looking over here, it's because I'm looking at my notes so I can stay on track. So the first thing that I'm going to change in my fitness routine is increasing the weight on my weighted vest. So I have a weighted vest, and I was using that, I think, starting in March or April of 2025. And it went up to 20 pounds. So I didn't start at the 20 pounds. I worked my way up to 20 pounds. But towards the end of the year, I started feeling like the weight was not challenging enough for me anymore. So with that, I have bought a new weighted vest. It now goes up to 32 pounds, but I'm not at 32 pounds just yet. So I'm working my way up to that. And right now I'm only at 24 pounds. And I will only be wearing that vest for 2 days a week. And then the other days, or 3 days a week, and the other days, and I won't, wear the vest at all just to get used to wearing it. And that'll help just make it more challenging for me on my walks instead of just, a regular, walk, because it's too easy for me. I typically do the same route every single day. The next change that I'm making is 2 days at the gym, and I started going to the gym 2 days a week in November of 2025, and I'm enjoying that. So what I was doing was I would do my weightlifting, and then I would walk our indoor walking track for 30 minutes just to help get my steps in the morning time. And so with this change, I am going to incorporate, instead of doing the walking track, I will be doing a treadmill and eventually working my way up to the 12-3-30 method. Or I will do the stair stepper. But right now I've been concentrating on just doing the treadmill and trying to work my way up to 12-3-30. Right now I am at 8.5, 2.5, 30, which, if you don't know, the first number is the incline, the second number is the speed, and the third number is the duration. I am doing this to try to increase my cardio fitness. And I always start with a warm-up and a cool down as part of that 30 minutes. So in total, I'm probably working my way up to the 12-3-30 method for about 25 minutes, with the other part of it being the warm-up and the cool down. Again, I just want to challenge myself more. I want to increase my cardio fitness. Walking outdoors is great. I'm not running just yet, so I really want to make sure I'm focusing on also the cardio as well as the strength training. The next change that I'm making in 2026 is just doing a new ab routine. I've been following a video from Chloe Ting for a few months now, so I just probably need to switch it up and challenge myself a little bit more when it comes to my ab routine as well. I do abs 3 days a week, typically Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I will find another video of hers. Typically, I want to keep it around 10 minutes. If it's 15 minutes, then I feel it's too long, and I typically do it at the end of my workout session, and by that time it's like, okay, I'm tired, I'm over this. So if I could keep it to 10 minutes, that it would be the goal. And then so the next change that I'm going to make in 2026 is reducing my steps down to 10K a day. Last year, starting in January, my goal was just to get 7,500 a day. Most days I would get more. Some days, it may just be like 8K, but then come, I want to say April, I started doing 10K a day. And so that got to be really easy for me. And I just felt like, okay, I can increase this more. So in August, I started holding myself to 12K steps a day. And that was kind of challenging for me because I do work a job where I'm sitting down most of the day. And so if I'm at home, especially, I'm sitting down, like I'm not really up walking except for when I walk in between my sets working out or walking outside. So I will always have to make an extra effort to get those extra 2K steps in to get the 12K for the day. And sometimes it would be like 6-7 o'clock at night and I still have to do like 4,000 steps. And I'm in my room, I'm trying to either walk in place or jump on my trampoline or do steps on my trampoline, or I may have to do a third walk outdoors, so it was very, very challenging. And with me incorporating a treadmill or the stair stepper, I don't want to really tire myself out too much, also needing to get an extra 2K steps a day. Or at one point I thought, well, maybe I could go up to 15K a day. And I just don't really think it's necessary at this point for me. I do want to focus on rest more this year so my muscles can grow, because I hear that at rest is when the muscles actually do grow. So I'm going to reduce it back down to 10K a day for the most part. The next change, which is the 5th change that I'm making for 2026, is incorporating running into my routine. I heard something on Instagram and I was influenced. Someone said that, yes, you can strength train all you want, but if you can't really run a mile, then you may not be as fit as you think you are. And I'm one of those people. I still can't run a mile and I want to be able to run a mile straight. I did like 3 or 4 5Ks last year, but I just power walked them. And so there is a run coming up here in Atlanta in April that I'm going to do. And I want to be able to run most of it. So I just want to feel stronger in my cardio. And I feel like that is a very weak spot for me. So I do want to try to incorporate running into my routine for 2026. And the last change that I'm making in 2026 to my fitness routine is not being so hard on myself. I'm not on 75 hard anymore right now. So if I miss a workout or I don't make my steps, 10K steps a day, as long as I got 7,500, then, I'm okay. I believe that I built good habits in 2025 because I worked out pretty much every single day, twice a day, and I didn't miss anything. Maybe I could count on maybe one hand where I didn't do 2 workouts. And so I don't feel that if I miss a day that I will fall off, which was my normal in the past prior to 2025 and really taking my fitness journey seriously. And my ultimate goal is to increase my muscle and lose body fat, and specifically around my arms and my belly. And so I really want to make sure that I'm, treating my body well, listening to what it needs, and, making some slight tweaks and changes to my routine and see if that will help out. These are the 6 changes that I'm making to my fitness routine in 2026. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you're a fitness professional, let me know. What do you all think about these changes? If you are making any changes to your own routine, also please leave them below. And I will talk to y'all later.